team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Clemson's offense will get first crack at it today. One of the biggest and best surprises of the 2024 season was just how good South Carolina was. That was evident when they went into Death Valley and fought until the bitter end and pulled one out against Clemson.
And South Carolina had a great season a year ago, but the cherry on the sundae was going into Death Valley and beating their rivals. Like, Clemson remembers this because Lenora Sellers takes off. He takes the 20-yard scramble with a minute left. Like, Clemson made so many mistakes, was very much in the football game. But, Jesse, this one stung a year ago.
It did. This defense for Clemson, they've got to be able to get off the field. You mentioned Lenora Sellers, David. He ran the ball 16 times. He was a workhorse on the ground for South Carolina. So for the defending ACC champions, if they're going to get this win in this big rivalry game, defensively, they've got to be great on third down.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Looking to pass, it's Klubnik. Fires to the middle. Pulls it in, it's Williams. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run back. This ain't high school anymore. When you used to be able to make that play years ago, you're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
Back to pass on second down. The sure hands, it's Moore. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing throw routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a lot. He hurls one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, this guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. Breaks into the open. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Caught over the middle, it's Moore. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Clemson! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So an 82-yard drive there. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. So South Carolina's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time.
What a cut! Now he's loose. They finally get to him. A lot of way there to pick up the first down. Now, Lenora Sellers was sensational down the stretch last season when the Gamecocks won 6 of 7 games. Sellers threw 18 touchdowns, only 3 picks. What would you like to see from him, David, for the Gamecocks to become a force in the SEC?
It's not running, Reese. Like, we saw the physicality in the big runs like throughout the season, especially against Clemson ending the season last year. But to me, it's the passing game. It's the staying on schedule. It's knowing his answers and making the easy play sometimes. Continue to evolve as a passer with that big, strong body. You better look out, college football.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Sellers. That's reeled in, it's Brown. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. And then how about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting the first down.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll run it to the right side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And here comes the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. The game originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos, a silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state, and bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Got his man.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams Rice alive on third down.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease, push somebody back, create some space. There was nowhere to go.
Punt is in the air. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
To the air, it's Sellers. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Another incompletion on third down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Quick release on the RPO. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's got the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action.
Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. It's year 5 now for Shane Beamer at South Carolina. The Gamecocks coming off their best season since 2013. Now the question is, what's a realistic ceiling?
And I think getting to that 10-win mark. Last year they had 9 wins, but the offense took off, and having a dude like Lenora Sellers, Jesse, that's a full-grown man that can do so much for an offense. Excited to see if he can take that next step.
Yeah, I think based on his success last year, that helped out the portal, that helped out high school recruiting. Guys want to play with him. He's that exciting. So I think the quarterback spot, I think that's a huge key to see if the Gamecocks can take that next step.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the ground with the counter. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And that quarterback knew the counter run was going to work on that play because he counted the box defensively before the snap. He saw that he had an advantage in numbers and blockers getting a hat on a hat, so he knew that was a green light. As soon as he got the snap, off they go, and it's an explosive play.
To the air, it's Sellers. Grabbed over the middle, it's Brown. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll try to pop the draw. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Turning it on! He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're set to And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Paul, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
Offense gets set for second down. Takes the handoff. It's random. He's going to lose a yard on that.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
That's a really deep break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. With the catch, it's Bennett. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows a little bit back and forth. Some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
When you run this out route, you know you're starting to get close to the sidelines. I know I got to start slowing down and find a way to drag or get one toe, a pinky toe, a big toe, whatever I can inbounds. Nice effort, nice catch, way to keep something in bounds.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to first down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him, okay? I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun.
Out. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
There's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
So now it's second and long. On the option.
Tackling by this defense.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range, had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Give to the back. Got enough for the first. There he goes. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Randall.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. They'll leave it with him. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to call back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Gamecocks decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Slips through the line. He's going to get loose. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Power football with the run. They make the stop, and he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The quick out. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. He's got it on the move. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Williams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Catch in the middle, it's Harbour. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Scanning the field, it's Sellers. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
This tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing it. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
The Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Motion from the wide receiver. A designed run for the quarterback. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Coming up, 4th down.
Way too close to punt, way too far for the field goal. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Loss of 8. Offense is stopped.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Works the middle. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
They're dealing with a second and long. Motion from the back. To the air on second down. Under fire. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Backed up now, here's second and long. On the ground, it's random. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's up at 24. Talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. A strike downfield. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2. See if they can get it done on second and goal. Go straight ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but the defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. Decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. It's a reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half, and it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away.
To kick it away.
He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lofts one high and deep. Got it! And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Already in a great spot to kick a field goal. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown would be even better. Trying to barge in. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
And the D denied him on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And this offense trying to be physical inside the 5-yard line. I get it, but I tell you what, Palmer, this quarterback has earned some trust from me with the day he's had.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, put the game in my hands. I'm playing well, and I'm seeing the defense well. I see what...
Touchdown, Tiger! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Quarterback on the keeper. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Throws to the tight end. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Dude, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
The Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified. Brings it down on the right side. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
The pull and throw off the RPO. The defense wouldn't let it loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, counts on that screen, and get the tackle for us.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. To the air, it's Klubnik. Right on the money. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They'll try the run, and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And when you're down later in the football game, you're going to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short game.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a first down. Nice balance by this offense.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Zings it complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
I love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. You know the defense is expecting you to run the football, and you just did it the previous play. So on that third down, you dial up the play action to keep the chains moving.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain the clock. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Boy, if that first down play was any indication, takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Last drive was a quick 3-and-out, and the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Time to take a shot. Makes the grab deep. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the 1st down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that 1st down. Nice job, great nose for the 1st down.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw it again. Finds his man. It's Brown. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Going for it all. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. This time he's got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Second down, he'll throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. If I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He slides that just inside the right upright.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
You know, you're seeing in college football now a spread offense and tempo and air raid. We're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the quick game is...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. South Carolina did a lot of crowing before the game, but as it turns out, the chicken curse is alive and well as Clemson wins the Palmetto Showdown. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.